Howdy, y'all. It's been like half a decade since I've uploaded anything, but I got a new saber, so I thought, why not? I don't know if you get store credits or anything like you do with Ultra Sabers with Saberforge, but I may as well try. And a shout out to, I think it's Marie from Saberforge, the help desk or whatever. They were apologizing for like late responses because I mean Saberforge has been infamous for that in the past, but they responded in like 2 days. It really wasn't bad, and it was over a weekend, so I would have had to wait anyway. Um, so response time was really good with the saber, and it arrived on time. They said, I think 4 or 6 to 8 weeks, and it was just well within that time frame, or 4 to 8, whatever. It arrived before I needed it, so that's what matters. Um, but what I'm reviewing today is the Bane Mk2 from Saberforge, and I've wanted this saber for probably 10 years or so, but I'd been shopping with Ultra Sabers for this entire time, and uh, I guess when I was younger, I was scared of trying Saberforge because of the bad rep back then. But I'm really happy with it so far, and I just wanted to show off what came with it, what didn't come with it, what kind of modifications I've had to do. I'll start with just talking about what came in the box, other than the saber itself, of course. Um, I'll just be trying to show from different angles. The main reason I'm doing this, aside from just for the sake of it, is because when I was looking up Saberforge Banes, like trying to look at reviews while I was in the shopping process, um, there weren't a lot for the weathered version, which is the one I went for, and there aren't any for the First Harvest soundboard. So that's part of the reason I wanted to make this, just to have an example of that out there. Most of the people get it in Chrome with NeoPixel and stuff. That's fine, but I plan to duel with this a lot, so I can't be doing the NeoPixel with all the little LEDs in the blade. In the box, I mean, it's pretty standard. It's a box. It's kind of screwed up. I don't know if the blade was in here and it came out somehow, but it's meant to be a 37-inch blade that was supposed to come with it. It did not, and this 32 would barely fit in here, so I don't know if it ships separately or what. I haven't heard back yet, but they are pretty quick response times. I'll just have to wait a little bit. The saber came wrapped in the bubble wrap, so at least that was safe. And then some of the components came in here. I think it was just the charger. I forgot if this came with it or if I just had that sitting there, but it did come with this cord. And this is a USB with this, which plugs into the kill key there, and this is for charging the saber, which I like a lot better than the other sabers I've had before, like the Graflex from Ultra Sabers. Because you have to do the lithium-ion batteries in here, and it's kind of a pain to have to take them out, charge them, all that. And then with these, which are just stunt sabers, you have to get four, what is it, AAA batteries, and that just adds up over time. I'd rather just plug it in, so it's nice that I can do that now. But other than that, I don't think it actually came with a retention screw, but I have every possible hex wrench in the fucking planet. So I have the normal one, which is for, right there, holding the blade plug and whatnot. It also came with this blade plug. I wanted to get a fancier one, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. Maybe I'll get one later. We'll see. And then it also came with this Covertech knob, which was installed on this side, right here, like so. And I didn't get a clip with it, so it's kind of pointless right now. And also when I'm gripping, it kind of gets in the way a little bit, especially if I'm two-handing. So I removed that and just replaced it with a screw that I happen to have already. So that's why they're discolored. This is the one that came factory with it, and this is the one I put in there. But yeah, this is for the blade. This one is there's a lot of different kinds of screws in here. I believe this one, I don't know exactly what length or width or whatever this is, but this is the only one that'll fit this here, to mess with the claw part, which is this one big piece. And I'll make a comment on that. it's not completely flush, as you can see. Even up here, there's some gap. I don't know if that's the case with all of these models, but that's how mine is. And it's not terrible, it's just like there's slight give, which is fine. But and same up here, like slight. Actually, I think I tightened it, so it might be better. But either way, I just wanted to make a note of that. And then there's this longer one. These are all different sizes. I would recommend getting a bunch of different wrenches. I don't think they're too pricey. But I use this one for these here. These, I believe. So most of the chassis screws or whatever. And then there's this really fat one, and this goes for the cover tech knob. This screw right here. It's a special screw. So that was a pain, but I found all the things I needed. It also came with the kill key. I didn't get a fancy one, I just got the standard one because I was already spending more money than I'd like to, but yeah, maybe I'll get another one later, who knows. And in terms of what it came with, that's about it. I also found some sandpaper in the basement because I was told by, I think, Marie from Saberforge that you can just do some extra weathering if you want with different grains of sandpaper for detailing. And I used this nail file because you need metal on metal if you're actually going to sand anything down. Saberforge is known for having pretty rough edges. You know, their machining is pretty intense and they have very complex designs with lots of edges and all that, points. I mean, especially this saber. This is a gnarly saber, so it's got all sorts of things that could hurt. And when I first got it, it was pretty sharp just holding it like this, especially these parts here. But I used the nail file here to just sand down all these edges, so it's a little more comfortable now. The one thing I was worried about was how thick this part was going to be. I actually had nightmares before it arrived of getting it, and it was just like completely unwieldy, but it's terrific in my opinion. Yeah, I think that's all the items. I got these infinity edge blades. Don't mind peak. I'll just put that aside. These are 32 inch. Again, I wanted to get 37 for this, but I think 32 might be better because it's such a heavy hilt to begin with. And these are heavy blades compared to the Ultra Sabers ones. These are mid-grade, and they've taken quite a beating over the past 10 years. But I just wanted to get these to test them out. And the only issue I have with the Infinity Edge blades is, like, at the tip, the light will shine straight through, and I'll show an example of that later when I put the blade in, but so later is now. I'm just gonna pop this in. It's not a super deep pocket compared to a lot of things. When I first saw this, I was hoping that this would be flush with the blade, but that's not the case. It's okay though. It stays in pretty tight, and you don't have to tighten super tight or anything, just until you get a bit of resistance. And when you get it, the sound fonts, on the first harvest, there's 10 sound fonts stock. And I've been playing around with all of them, seeing how I feel. And it also comes with a good few blade colors to choose from. And when you have a sound font, you can assign a blade color to it. So that's kind of helpful. Right now, I think I have
Frozen Winds.
Frozen Winds. You can adjust volume when the saber's off. They have like tutorials online explaining this stuff, but I'll just do demonstrations. If you want to change the sound font, you hold it down and release after 2 seconds, just while it's off. And I think this is a blue, this is Anakin's. I'm pretty picky with the smooth swing sounds, so turn that off and go to maybe one of my green.
Ominous. Ranger's Blade. The Master. Cyber Assassin. Fulcrum.
I think this is my green one. Yeah. So this one's based on Ahsoka's, I believe. And it's got the flash on clash, obviously. Blaster bolt. And then if you hold down, release, and clash, That's how you get the clash effect. If you hold down and twist, you get a force push. I don't know exactly why you'd use that, but it's there. But the smooth swing is super nice, just to be able to have such a reactive saber. Because my Ultra Sabers ones, they're a little behind in terms of how smooth these detections are. Now I'm going to try to talk about the other features of the soundboard. So I believe if I hold down and thrust,
Dark side relic.
that did not work.
Frozen winds.
Volume control
Right.
activated.
Oh, Christ. Yeah, if you hold down 2 seconds while it's off and thrust forward, it'll activate the sound adjustment. So I can get it to silent if you just want a kind of stunt saber situation, or you can turn it. It's kind of finicky. It's not like you turn to one side and it goes all the way up or all the way down. It's more like this is max volume, and if you turn it too far either way, it gets quiet again. So you just select whatever volume you want, press it, and it will save there.
Adjusted.
And then once on, you can also hold down and press,
Color profile.
and that'll be your colors. It's got a good selection. This purple is very nice. And of course, they're going to look different on camera than they do in person. This is actually more of a silver in real life, but it does have a blue tint. Deep red, orange, yellow. You hold down to lock it in. And you hold down, and then hold down again.
Choose blade effects.
And you can change the flicker and effects. I'm not going to do that right now because I like the flicker I have and I don't know how it cycles exactly, but it can go just no effect or a pulse, like a light pulse, or it can be abrasive and flickering, either, whatever you want. Now in terms of handling, it's actually surprisingly well balanced with a 32-inch. So that's what you're dealing with. You can two-hand as well. It's very possible. You just have to get used to the curved grip. It's kind of an adjustment if you're used to the normal standard hilts, especially with the rib feature here. The grips, they can be sharp again, that's why I sanded it down. So it's not as painful of an experience to swing it. But overall, I'm happy so far. I haven't had any issues. It's pretty tight build. The only shaking you hear there is because of my ring. There's nothing crazy going on there, no loose electronics. It's all worked properly, so I'm super happy with it. And I'm recording on my pool table because I'm a professional, and we're selling the house, which makes me very sad. This is where I recorded all the other saber reviews, but that's not what we're here for. Anyway, I hope this helped anybody if you're looking to get this or try out Saberforge. I've had a great experience with them. I know a lot of people have in recent years. And there's still issues, like not getting the blade and whatnot, but they're very cooperative, so I'm not too worried. Hope you all have a fantastic rest of your summer.